We have begun with the topic Indian economy on the eve of independence. Now we're going to look at the industrial sector on the eve of independence. In India at that time, there were some modern industries in operation. The Tata Iron and Steel Company, TISCO, was incorporated in August 1907 in India. It established its first plant in Jamshedpur, Bihar. Some other industries which had their modest beginning after the Second World War were sugar, cement, chemical, and paper industries. Let us look at why there was a decline of the handicraft industry in India, which we call as deindustrialization. Well, the Britishers followed the policy of systematically deindustrializing India. The primary motive behind this by the British government was twofold. There were two reasons, in other words. The first reason was to get raw materials from India at cheap rates in order to reduce India to a mere exporter of raw materials to the British industries. The second reason, to sell British manufactured goods in Indian market at higher prices. In this way, they exploited India through the device of double exploitation. We saw the decline of traditional handicrafts. British trade policy allowed free export of raw materials from India and free import of British final goods to India. But they placed heavy duty or taxes on the export of Indian handicrafts. And in this way, the Indian markets were full of manufactured goods from Britain which were low priced. Indian handicrafts started losing both the domestic market and export market. Ultimately, the handicraft industry declined. During the British rule, some basic infrastructure was developed in the form of railways, water transport, ports, post and telegraph. However, the real intention behind these developments was to serve their own colonial interest. Let us see how. They expanded ports, roadways, railways in order to have effective control and administration over the vast Indian territory. For this, Britishers linked important administrative and military centers through railway lines. To mobilize army within India and carrying out raw materials through roads to the nearest railway station or to the port to send it to faraway places. We also saw an unbalanced structure of Indian industries. British rulers neither permitted modernization of industries nor did they encourage the growth of heavy industries in India. The period 1850 to 1855 saw the establishment of the first cotton mill, first jute mill, and the first coal mine. By the end of the 19th century, there were 194 cotton mills and 36 jute mills. The cotton textile mills were located in the western parts of the country, in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat, while the jute mills in Bengal were established mainly by British capitalists or industrialists. There was a lack of capital goods industries in India on the eve of independence. The policy of Britishers was simply to develop those industries which would never be competitive to the British industry. They always wanted Indians to be dependent on Britain for the supply of capital goods and heavy equipments. Thus, the development of a few consumer goods industries was witnessed during the British rule. The heavy industries were by and large conspicuous by their absence. They were obvious that heavy industries were absent in India. This resulted in an unbalanced and lopsided growth of industries in India. So we saw the reasons why industries declined in India. We go on to study that there was limited operation of the public sector. The public sector or those industries that were run, owned, managed, controlled by the government or state were confined to railways, power generation, communication, ports, and some other departmental undertakings like post and telegraph and so on.